Hey, Isabel Morton here. Today is November 30th, 2017. Broadcast, which I understand is also going to be recorded as usual. Our topic is how to maintain inner peace. But I'm sure what I talk about can apply to any time of year. I don't know about you, but it just seems that things just more intense. So I don't know how many people are going to be here at 4 o'clock Eastern time, right at the end of a busy day, different times, just to see what works best for everyone. Box, give me your name, where you're from, or just where you're from, say hello, so we can get a sense of who is here. Chat box line this time, but we'll see. Hopefully it's working. Well, I'm just, there's a few things that I wanted to say about maintaining inner peace and working with the gemstones. Oh, there we go, yay. Thank you so much, letting me know that you're there, that you, thank you. Okay. This morning, I'm sitting down, ready to do a daily morning spiritual exercise. And I'm sitting there, I feel my hands, I'm gripping the sides of the chair. I can't wait to get up. I'm thinking so much that I have to do. I'm ready to race out to go to work. But then this other part of me is saying, no, wait a second here. Much better day if you can just connect the spiritual side of yourself. And so I'm the word that I usually chant. My personal practice is singing the word Hugh, which is song to God. So I'm trying to sing the Hugh, and I'm gripping the side of the chair. Urges are just, I'm not getting anywhere. So I say, wait a second, I've got these tools, I should use them. I am wearing this lovely 6mm agate citrine, and I really like it. You can't see it. It goes all the way down. It gives me a lot of support way down to my core. And I'm wearing my beloved jade with prehnite. Wait a second, I've got these. So let me just tune into them. And I tune into, I know has this very centering. And I tune into my jade. And I know that helps bring in my energies, which tend to get really scattered. To run out to work with the gemstones and share all this information with you. So that helps bring it in. And I'm so thinking, why are you focusing on gemstones when you're trying to do a spiritual exercise? Because it's helping me to my energies and calm down, collect, center myself. Urge to get up and run to work dissipated, and I was able to tune in and remember that spiritual connection, remember that inner peace. Just so important. And it proved to me that if I can connect with that inner part of myself, the rest of my day is easier. I get a sense of inner balance and objectivity no matter what happens. I mean, sometimes always pass the test. Something will, but so this brings up an interesting point. Tools and maybe, but yes, your mind can override them. If I had let this other part of me, I would have run it. I was able to remember, wait a second, I've got these tools, and I'm sure they helped me remember. I've got these tools, so let me talk properties, energies, let them work for me, and I'm able to. Okay. So I hear so much that, oh, this gemstone is grounding. And yes, it's true. They're all grounding. All healing gemstones are grounding because they're from the earth. Gemstones that work with our mind or with our intuition, our emotions, they are grounding too. It's important that this sense of grounding, that you understand that this sense of grounding applies to you, every aspect of you. Even your emotions need a sense of grounding. Gemstone can help you because even just that sense of grounding and greater connection with the earth to give you a sense of helping you just collect your energy so that you can, that can be enough just to help you tune in, especially if you're working with the gemstone that you're really you're behind. The gemstone is supporting you with a particular need, then it's going to be helping you with a lot of other things as well. To be able to tune into that inner peace within yourself. If the other may be, if it's or clear or calm or nourish, it can help you with that. Specific ones, too, that I just mentioned, but I'll give them another little shout out. It's the jade with the prairie night. Scattered, if that's your thing, hard to focus, maybe sometimes a little anxious, feel like you're just fly away, helps you bring them back in, nice and connected. That's what it does for me. Because a lot of times we'll have energy that we're not even utilizing. Bring it all in. Settling. I'm sorry. Centering. A centering effect. People can feel it and more connected to themselves, spirituality, more connected to that inner peace. Agate citrine is one of a collection we call the Foundation 5. A member of the foundation says, chalcedony. I'll just hold it out here. You get a good look at it. Of pearl blue is also very good at helping to get your energies to calm down. I want to use my hands to talk. How do I do both at the same time? Okay, well, I'm going to do this. I'll hold one hand. Blue chalcedony represents the metal element in the 5 elements. And the metal element helps you to calm down after heightened activity. You can be wearing mother of pearl blue chalcedony to help with calming down. Same principle, you can wear it throughout the day. Just helping to emphasize calming down phase that's going on in every part of your body. And we talk about the 5 elements quite a bit in the level 1 classes, the gemstone level 1 training. The 5 elements involve onyx, which is deeply settling energies. And then you have dark green aventurine savorite, which works with the wood element. Rhodonite pink tourmaline, the fire element. Peak activity, agate citrine for the earth element, making all the activity that you've done and kind of organizing it. Pearl blue chalcedony for the metal element, helping you come into a rest phase, and then the ruby onyx, the water element, going into that deep sleep and the deep rest, that so that we can start the cycle all over again. Spring-like energy gets us going. There are parts of your body that are your body that's experiencing all of those. So if you wear just one of the foundation 5, you're emphasizing process that's going on. So wearing the ruby onyx is deeply settling. It's the water element stone, and like water that settles in your energies. Yes, I can say this is grounding, and it is. It's particularly grounding because it has that settling motion. Ruby onyx and the mother of pearl blue chalcedony, you might say a comforting energy to it. You start to relax, to let go the activity and start to relax. It's also very comforting. So in that way, it can also help you to tune into that inner peace. Okay, we have a question about the sprays. And yes, I'm going to talk about spray gemstone. Then we'll get to the sprays. Okay, just a sec. Okay. So the resistance to finding inner peace is happening in the mind. This particular formula works directly with the mind. We call it tranquility of all things. It's perfect. And it consists of chalcedony, which is the primary stone, and it's paired with blue topaz and chalcedony helps relax your mind and nourish it. Topaz is particularly good at helping the mind to let go what it's thinking of. Sapphire is all about nourishment. It carries the blue ray, which is particularly helpful for the mind. Ability to organize, which is also helpful for the mind. The more organized the mind here it is, the better you can think, the more creative energy comes through, and the more it can relax. Those work together to help you relax your mind. And that's often, for many people, one of the key ways to find that inner peace is getting the mind to be quiet enough so that they can appreciate that inner peace. Yeah. So let's talk about sprays. The question had to do with going in and out of shopping when you go holiday shopping. The crowds are. I remember last year I was driving in the car and there was so much traffic. My shopping mission, I aborted it completely. Went home things that I used was energy. So energy clearing spray has this very unique ability to clear his aura. And this is no small thing. This this mandala made of gemstones. And when we make this spray, we actually build this mandala gemstones. It takes a while to do that. A machine to transfer the energies of these gemstones to a medium, which is alcohol. We use organic grape alcohol that is infused with water to make it a potency. It's actually 20% alcohol, and that seems to work really well for people. Show you what that could be like. I'd spray overhead. And using the sprays as often as I do, I have where I tend to collect unwanted energies. And that's usually around the top of my head and my neck, stomach. There's actually a protocol. There's actually a protocol for doing a comprehensive clearing in our YouTube channel. You can find that. But anyway, it is so important to clear your aura. You think about the progress in health that was made when people learned what water was for the physical body. Energy clearing spray is similar for your energy body. And here's a good example why. Pick up stuff. But you do. The aura is like a sponge, and it's designed to do that. Your aura stuff to tell you what's in your environment. It's a way, and this goes way back primitive, of your energies in your field, and you recognize, oh, here's, move away from it. Oh, here's the tiger. Okay, there's a tiger, and let's move away, or let's climb a tree. Also, oh, here's a food source, edible. Okay, let's move toward that. So the aura is designed to then help us sift it. But there's something else that you can pick up. That makes the whole end. Some of that from someone else. The health food store in Vermont, we stopped at a health food store we just love. It's on the way. It's in Brattleboro, Vermont. Shop. And for some reason, this woman caught my eye. Looking, it just caught my eye. Bright, they're just going to catch your eye. So I'm very careful. I don't intrude at all. But she caught, couldn't help seeing. And it was really kind of sad because all over her field were the, it looked kind of roundish, but they were intruding on her. Words that were not very nice, the way she looked. I was like, whoa. And it occurred to me to take a look at, well, gee, what's like that in my field? I have things to say about me. And I realize when this happens, and what you hear people have said about you. Again, that's what the aura is for. It's to pick up these things so that you know, so that you can protect yourself, so that you can respond appropriately to things before they get out of conflict. But when negative things get thrown at someone, and things can be cleared, they have a quality to them that energetically speaking, a kind of stickiness be counteracted with white beryl. And there is an entire spiral of whiteness mandala. And this mandala is imprinted into this spray, so that when you spray it, if there's any of those thoughts that I may have picked up from other people that are accumulating, well, then that got cleared. And in the comprehensive, it clears, well, comprehensive into your field. So that's just in the holiday season, people are really stressed. They're throwing out this stress energy. Signature. It has a particular wave form that can also collect in your aura. Bring spray, and you can feel so much better. You come home better. If you're working, especially if you're working in a hospital, people have, and those illnesses also represent a spectrum that can get collected in your field. And if you clear your aura regularly, because sometimes they can your body, and that is no good. So I can, do you have any questions about anything that I've said, or anything that comes to mind about diamond and gemstone therapy, to enter into to divert my talking to. Until then, back to the topic of finding and maintaining your inner peace. There is great spray almost just for that. Alignment. Really helpful to use before you go to sleep at night. Really helpful to use after you've just learned something and you want to learn. Perhaps you just come back from class. You just want to feel more aligned with yourself. And you need to core alignment. Now, what I do when I need some help sleeping, okay, I've got my core alignment and next to me. So I'm laying down. Okay, you can just imagine me laying down. I just kind of spray this down, and it just comes over the front of my body. Sure stuff. And I find that really helpful as a way to just. And the reason it settles, because and when your energies are aligned, they come together. question is, up north, it gets pretty cold this time of year. Do you recommend for tolerating the cold? It's a good because that has to do with, usually with circulation and the movement of energy, but to do with constrict when it should be expanding so that flow, because coldness tends to have to do with constriction, and from a very physical viewpoint you can say, well, yeah, that's restricted, so you feel cold, but the energies are also constricted in some way when they're constricted. With the energetic side of the health equation, we don't work with the physical side, do the medical, but the energetic side of the equation, it's an equation, it's equal of your energies for good health. So energetically, how can we expand something that's contracted, bring warmth to the body? And a couple of things come to mind, and one of them is called dumortierite. Dumortierite is this beautiful denim blue stone. Carnelian is orange. Applying the circulatory system. In physical terms, that is called the circulatory system. It's your system of vessels. So what these gemstones do energetically is to help. Carnelian helps to move vessels through channels, you might say, channels of energy throughout the body and aura. It helps with the containment of that flow. So together, the carnelian and the dumortierite are really good at helping to get throughout your body. And the closest manifestation of that is the circulatory system. Because people understand that. We have a visual of what the circulatory system is. We can understand. And white beryl is also a really nice one because with the orange color, which also tends to get, it works with those vitalizing life energies. The body is it's not allowing those vitalizing life energies to manifest. So by wearing carnelian, you're promoting that vitalizing energy to move through you. We add white beryl to the carnelian in vitalizing flow. Okay, so my attention is moving to another spray I'd like to show you. Self-nurturing spray. You can see that. This is a really special mandala. I think there's a light. Okay, here we go. The light was shining. I don't think you could see it. There are sections of this mandala. This section right here focuses on this section to do with the memory body. This section here has to do with the mental body. Here, physical. So the self-nurturing is designed in the spray to access all these aspects of you. Nourished and nurtured, it's more likely that we're able to center ourselves. we're not feeling that nourishment, our body is reaching out. The aura to find, okay, where can I find nourishment? Help me. What find a place of safety or comfort, because that's what the aura does. So spray, spraying it above. One of the suggestions for using this is to on your kitchen table and give yourself some spray. Eat. Because a lot of times what people do is they eat to feed their mind, their energies. Yeah, we have to feed the physical body. Of course we do. The craving for certain foods, something energetic. So if you feed your energies, feed that part of yourself, the energetic side of the equation, to be going for physical food to feed an energetic, because all that's going to happen is going to collect around your body, and you're still not going to get that energetic need met. So, sadness after experience, and because what's happening there is that vitality, that love is not moving properly. Carnelian with white beryl, self-nurturing spray, feeding your memories and your mind. So we often talk about, in common understanding, we're feeding our emotions, or we're feeding our mind. But what's this about, feeding the memories? What's that about? The body is probably one of the most misunderstood parts of our energetic makeup. So, recognized and fed as well. And the memory gets depleted. Well, you might think, well, of course I'm not going to remember so well. What tends to happen, memories, they don't go away. They keep repeating, they haunt you. And that with memory depletion is because the same kind of principle, the memory is trying to reach out situations that were enough. It's almost a stimulating experience for the brain, resources and nourishment, even if that memory was traumatic. An injury, wow, your body is designed to call in resources. Hurt yourself, stub your toe, bump your elbow, energies are just rushing to that elbow. Most prominently as soon as the injury occurs. So if you have a memory of an injury, that's what your body trying to construct that time and space where you were just drawing these help you heal. The memory does need nourishment. We actually have a spray that it just occurred to me. I should have brought. We do have a memory nourishing spray that is particularly for nourishing the memory, which is particular for nourishing the mental body. We have an emotional upliftment spray that is really good for nourishing. But I realize I'm just going right off topic. But no, maybe I haven't, because the point is that if you look in, because you'll find it when your body is, and emotions and mind are not nourishment. When that is satisfied, then you can look within. You're more likely to be able to look within without getting distracted. For the holidays, with all the stress that's going on, the financial worry, the sense of obligation, the crowds, all of the energy clearing spray would be my big go-to to help keep my that self-nurturing. After I'm a little clear, this is going to help receive nourishment. You nourish before you clear, because after you've done the preliminary clearing, the first state of energy clearing, surface cell clear, I might feel brighter, better. Self-nurturing spray is going to be nourishing. But the concept is that you nourish before clearing, is because after the superficial is taken care of, you can't let go until you have the strength to let go. Nourished enough to be able to let go. But one of the big reasons for is the fear of, well, if I let this go, is there anything that's going to replace it? So hold on. But if we're nourished, it's like, oh yeah, I've got all these resources, letting go, that's okay, because I'm okay. I can let this go. So are there certain necklaces that are better in length? For example, around the neck or near the heart? There are certain necklaces that I feel are better to wear close to your neck. And so the one that comes to mind right away is blue sapphire. I like to wear the blue sapphire neck because the blue coloring nourishes the throat. Times when it's really nice to be able to wear a longer blue sapphire, especially if your main color is blue. Especially if you need that sense of organizing, the blue sapphire provides that sense of organizing, more overall sense throughout your body and your life. And yeah, blue sapphire is a really expensive gemstone. It's rare. But because we combine the blue sapphire with white beryl, makes it a lot more affordable. But for you, because a solid necklace, especially of the color rays, a necklace that calls to color, and if you have a blockage in that color, pressure on your body. But with the white beryl and the gem, the color can come in. And I'm digressing. Necklaces that are long, and you're probably looking at this opera length agate citrine. And this is I like to because it is a little long. I will, when I'm flying on an airplane, I'll length in front of my body, goes all the way down the front, because it makes me feel protected. Yeah. So longer necklaces, for example, river, blueberry fluorite, carnelian, and citrine, that works with moving energies down the body. Will help with that downward motion. So there are. The bottom line is your preference. What feels comfortable for you? Too heavy for me, but with a 6 millimeter, it works just fine. So the size of the gemstone is also. Yeah. I have my favorite necklace length is, I think this is, and it's the exact length that I can also wear as a bracelet. So sometimes I will wear this necklace wrap 3 times on my wrist. It just gives me the option of using the necklace in other use. We have these extenders, a 1-inch, 2-inch extender, which is just macrame. So you can make or shorter length necklace using an extender to get it just the right length. What happens is, because I have so many that I prefer wearing 2 necklaces at the same time that are the same length. It has come up before because, well, can I wear necklaces of the same length? Our go-to answer is no. And that's because if wearing necklaces at different lengths, the purity of that necklace working for you. I'm adding jade and prehnite as a specific influence, and I'm getting agate citrine as a specific influence. If I wear the tranquility, I'm pretty sure this is with my jade. Well, it looks like actually this particular necklace is then the jade, so it can work uniquely. So I can't give you an example. It's a little shorter, exactly the same length. What I'm getting is a very interesting of the two. But what's happening, because this necklace focuses on the mental body, my jade and that ability to will be working specifically the tranquility works, so on the mental body. The 2 gemstones blend. So, because that's another question we often get. If I wear a strand of just emerald and a white beryl, will they work like emerald white beryl? Well, no, they won't. And that's like cake, the ingredients of cake. You've got to blend them together and cook them in order to have cake. Sugar, and it just doesn't work that way. But when you do wear 2 necklaces of exactly the same direct wear happening, and the other will give that work to that particular area. It's kind of interesting how it works. So the necklaces work independently, but specifically. Anything else? on the topic of inner peace that you'd like me to talk about? Again, thank you so much for taking some time your day to spend with me and sharing our interest in gemstones and gemstone therapy. Joining me, and we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.